It's a podcast After Dark. I'm Brock, and my usual co-host here is Brooks.
What up? What up?
Well, you've got a bit to tell, I think, since the last time we spoke.
Do I? Yeah, I,
But
I ruined the rollout for this show and the podcast as well in 1 week since coming back. It took 1 week before I ruined it all.
yeah, we
Yeah,
were
so
back, and then we weren't.
yeah,
So
so it was that Sunday night. Laka and I recorded the Wrap It Up podcast, and we were recording, and I could feel like the room itself was like very hot. Like I was sweating. And I wasn't gonna bitch about it or anything. I was like, I can take my sweatshirt off, no problem. So we're wrapping up, and then I'm recording, and I didn't love it. I was like, I can tell like I'm off. Like all I can think about is the fact that like I'm sweating, I'm hot. Like this is getting weird. It's like maybe I just had a little bit too much to drink, and so I threw up in the bathroom. Thought nothing of it. Like, it happens, no problem. Driving home, like, damn, I'm going to throw up again. Like, this is weird. I thought I got rid of everything, so I throw up again. Make it home. Like, I have to throw up again. Throw up. And then little did I know after that, it would not stop at all. So for the next, ultimately 6 days, I thought it would have
6 days,
been
yeah.
shorter than that. Nonstop vomiting. Like, I would take an ice cube. Like, I'm going to suck on this ice cube. I can't vomit that up. I was like, there's just not enough water, not enough time. It's like I'll be fine. Within 15 minutes, I'd be puking up the ice cube, and it was very refreshing because it was cold as it's coming up. Like, are you
Well,
fucking kidding me?
it's
And then
funny.
finally, I just decided I was like, I need to go to the ER. It's like at least they could like give me a bag of
Do something,
fluids,
yeah.
and then I can just finally get some hydration back. It's like, because at this rate, I'm just puking everything up. I was throwing up so much, as gross as this is, it like chapped my lips. And so like
Whoa.
stomach acid is coming out like through my bloody lips. It's like this is horrible.
Well, that just goes to show that you should practice safe sex. You've obviously had a bad cock somewhere along the line, and
How does that even make sense? That doesn't even correlate. There's no A and
doesn't
B
correlate.
there.
Well, it's put you that far off kilter that it's the first time I've seen you in a different hat than the Golden State
Yeah,
Warriors hat.
damn
But
right.
that's probably because my boys uh,
Listen,
beat your boys in another good
bad
game too.
calls, bad calls all around. It was a good game. I was glad they looked somewhat competent, but I don't know. It looks rough for the Warriors. I don't have faith. I started the year with faith. I think they're gonna end up trading people, and then I'm really gonna be pissed.
Yeah, yeah, no, they're gonna. Well, there's a rumor that San Antonio might go for Chris Paul, try and pair him up with Wembanyama.
Uh, we'll trade Paul for Wembanyama. How's that?
Nah, they because
Yeah,
they reckon. But whoever was the funny thing was it was a a Warriors page that wrote the article,
interesting.
and they were very much. So look, to me, I look at the records. I'm like, you guys have got to go on a tear if you even want to consider getting in the playoffs.
We need to
You're
start
out.
playing shit teams. They've
You're
had a
outside.
shitty schedule.
You're
Like
outside the play-in by a fair few games at the moment.
it's also
So,
way too early.
uh, what are we at?
It
80
always
game,
changes.
82. So you're a quarter of the way through the season.
Yeah. It really doesn't start to somewhat even get close to mattering until like past halfway.
No, I reckon you're out. You're too far behind to come back.
Plenty of time. You just said we're a quarter of the way through the season. I'm not a
Yeah,
time lord, but that is a lot of time to remake up ground,
nah, because I was
which is
saying
very
like, oh, the Warriors aren't out of playoff contention, and I'm like,
they're
well,
not. We're a quarter of the way through the season.
mathematically, I guess, but the way you're playing, no
Oh
way.
shit.
You're relying on one player.
Listen. Listen. Plenty of time for
you've-
players to find
and you've
themselves.
got one other player that does everything in his power to help you lose games,
Well, this is true.
which he did on, when was it?
Yes.
Saturday or whenever it was. Oh yeah, I'll just
Saturday, I
do a
believe.
lazy lunge foul at a guy shooting a 3-pointer.
Listen. They're hard to defend, but there's still plenty of time. There's still plenty of time. I would not panic yet.
Break
I would
it up.
not panic yet.
Break it up while you can. Ooh.
Listen, I mean, there is a legitimate chance that is ultimately what happens, but I doubt that. I don't see them trading like Klay Thompson. Like, I've seen that. I don't see that happening.
Yeah, and it's Kerr's last year, so don't re-sign him. He's lost the plot. He's blaming everyone else.
I would honestly be fine with that.
Like,
it doesn't.
Yeah, I like Kerr as a Bulls player. Never liked him as a coach because I don't like the Warriors.
I mean,
but,
he's gotten like the easiest coaching run in history. Like those vintage Warriors teams in 2016, like anybody who could speak the English language could coach those teams. Like, you didn't need to be a genius to get the ball to Kevin Durant or Steph Curry. It was pretty simple. He's not some genius head coach. Like, I don't know where that narrative started at all, but it's a little annoying. I don't agree with that at all.
At least Phil Jackson, he got the Bulls the first year, I think, when Jordan retired. They did get to the playoffs, so it wasn't like, obviously they didn't win, but they did get there. Right. So it wasn't like Jordan left and they just fell in a heap, sort of thing.
True.
And then the second season, when Jordan came back mid or late in the season, again they got to the playoffs, but they got done. But that was an underdone Jordan. And then we absolutely torched Orlando the next year. He made it his mission. We won. We swept them. So, so Jackson has got, and then he had his Kobe and Shaq teams as well, which again you could say I guess, I don't know. I reckon super teams got to be at least 3 superstars.
I think that's what they are by definition, yeah.
Yeah, like when you got your Jordan, Pippen, that wasn't a super team in that era, as in the 72 Bulls and all that, by definition of having the most wins up until that point. But no one went around saying they've constructed a super team by trading, such and such has put their hand up and they want to go to the team. Not like now where it's like, oh, I want to go out like James Harden. It's not working out here after a year. I want to go join these other 2 people, sort of thing. So, that's the knock on Kevin Durant. He hasn't done it by himself, and he's done it with. He's only ever done it with 2 other, on a superstar team. Same with apart from the bubble.
No, you're right. I mean,
apart from the bubble championship. Hang on. Who did LeBron have when he beat Warriors when he was with the Cavs? Because he had the super team with, wasn't it Bosh and Wade?
Wade. So he had Kyrie in Cleveland for the second round.
Okay, yeah, but we're saying it's got to be 3. So did he have a third? Because you wouldn't call that a super team.
I mean,
a team with 2 good players, and every team, nearly every team has at least 2 good players, like 2 you could call all-star or first team, second team players.
He turned like J.R. Smith into an all-star on those Cleveland teams, and like Matthew Dellavedova had that one year where he was like a god because he was able to stop Steph Curry from scoring. But I mean, I guess they didn't have like a third guy, but tough shit.
Was okay,
too bad Kevin Durant didn't want to go to Cleveland. Not my fault he didn't want to go to Cleveland.
Because you look at like San Antonio, they only have Wemby at the moment, who you would say is an out-and-out, even though he's only played 20 games or whatever, an out-and-out superstar already with what he can do.
True.
You look at the Thunder, Shea, MVP candidate. Then you've got Giddy, like Giddy's fallen off this year, but I can understand that with what's going on.
I don't.
Oh, that would affect anyone. That would,
I don't buy it.
yeah. You don't buy that outside things affect players.
Listen, pal. I mean,
Well, we now know
you've had
it wasn't his. Like he doesn't go out hunting for 15-year-olds. It was a 15-year-old telling him he was 19 at the time. He was actually 19, and he ended it the day after when he found out. So, and I've got to think
excuses are
too.
like assholes. We all have them.
No, that's opinions that you've changed the saying there. And the fact that they've got just going
Oh,
on that
well, excuses works in that. Excuses works in that spot too. I don't want to hear it.
the fact that the family has hired that lawyer that was going against OJ back in the day. It was on the team that was prosecuting OJ, and
Yeah.
she's apparently a female rights advocate and all that sort of thing. I think people are reading into
Why
it
did
wrong.
you say it like that?
What?
Female rights advocate. You said it so snotty.
Well, the female. It's like they go on like they don't have
I
rights.
don't
They
know.
do. So anyway, so she's representing the family and the girl in it, right?
Well,
And
okay.
a lot of people, I think, are reading into that he's done something wrong, as in they're going to go after him. That's why they've got her.
Yeah.
And he's trying to manipulate her, or he's done something to her after the fact, whether it's bought her off or power play because he's an NBA player. I think your sound's fucking up, if you can hear it or not.
I can. I was
Yeah.
trying not to move, so it'd stop.
Yeah, I think they've got her to represent her for a different tact. They're going to be going after whoever leaked the photos.
Are you spinning this into a conspiracy theory?
No. I reckon that's who they're going to, because the cops are also, even though they're investigating Giddy to see what, if anything, illegal happened and what the circumstances were, they are also investigating trying to find out who released the photos as well.
Interesting.
That cops are actually looking as well, because even though there's nothing, like she's not naked in any of them or anything like that, if they're not your photos and you're releasing them, and making a claim, then there might be some grounds for something,
I would imagine.
It wouldn't be distributing, porn, because obviously there's no sexual activity
like
in the
revenge
photos.
porn.
Yeah, but whether it's, I don't know if there's if any rights or laws have been broken, digital or otherwise, by putting out photos that.
Interesting.
Especially if it was an Instagram or a Snapchat, because obviously Instagram, you put them up, they stay up until you take them down, unless someone screenshots it. But if it's Snapchats, they go away after, 24 hours or however long you tell it.
Right.
So, yeah. I reckon.
I'm sure there's some sort of like. Right.
I reckon that's the route they've got her for, to protect her rights there. Because by all intents and purposes, the family doesn't want to trouble Giddy, because obviously they realise their daughter's in the wrong.
I think so, yeah, 24 hours.
I think we've got a lag. We got a lag happening here. Yes? No? Oh. Okay, so we've lost Brooks at the moment. So it looks like you've got just me for now. But yeah, if you're watching, let us know what you think of the whole Josh Giddey thing and whether he will have nothing to worry about. Nope, we've lost him altogether. Well, there you go. That's good. Hopefully he'll pop back in very soon. It's funny, everyone gives Australia crap, saying that we've got really bad Wi-Fi and internet for a first world country, a Western country, and Brooks is always the one that is dropping out or having sound issues or anything like that. So I don't know. It's a bit weird. But our regular show will obviously be back this coming Friday at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time American. It drops. Oh, looks like he's back.
Got to get the technical difficulties out of the way.
And he's back. I was just telling everyone while I was waiting for you to pop back in that everyone gives Australia shit, saying that we have bad Wi-Fi for a first world country and a Western country, but you're always the one that has difficulties and always drop out and things like that.
Wow.
So what I was saying, I was thinking we had a lag happening because I was talking and then you were like,
I was deep in thought.
It's like, is he back in the ER? I was like,
yeah. Oh my god, dude, rattled. I think I'm better now. Oh, it's so gross. It's so gross. They wouldn't let me leave.
Did they actually give it a name? Did they like stomach bug is just so like
no, because they didn't
bug
know.
is just
that's basically all they said. They're like, yeah, stop being a booze bag too. I was like, trust me, I'm not just hungover. As like at least with a hangover, I know what I'm signing up for. I was like, I have no fucking idea what I'm signed up for here.
So do we have
like,
to start a
go?
We have to start a GoFundMe.
Interesting.
Because well, I know how the lack of the lack of a health system America has over there.
It's brutal.
Yeah, like here we'd go to the doctor like, oh yeah, and then they'd like bulk bill you or you pay like $25 or something depending on your circumstances, and then if you have to go to the hospital, you go to like outpatients, and then which is not, it's not the emergency, but it kind of is and it isn't. Like you'll go there
like an urgent care.
Yeah, they'll assess you, and if it's like, we'll take you against the guy that's, maybe might have a broken ankle if we got to,
we have
do an X-ray sort of thing, but we'll put the guy through that is constantly vomiting,
yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, like I think my mum fell. What did she do? She fell down or something, or she couldn't use her hand, so I took her up, and we sat there. I think we were there for 4 hours from the time we went in, from the time we left, and she left with her arm in a sling, and I don't know what they gave her something, but they couldn't find any break with X-rays or anything. But that was, didn't have to pay anything for it. It was.
See, that's great. I'm dreading getting the bill. Like when I get the bill, they might need to like readmit me into the hospital because I'm going to like try to kill myself.
Shock.
Like, yeah, like it's not
literal bill shock.
I mean, I'm going to be in rough shape. I'm not going to be okay when that bill finally comes. Dreading that.
Can you just say you started vomiting or feeling unwell at work? Is that, and then they might be able to cover it?
Interesting. I mean, I highly doubt it. They're gonna be like, I don't care where you got this sickness. It's the fact that you got sick. Like it sounds like a skill issue.
Like that's I've never had a job where it's like I don't even know if it's a thing here. It probably is, but your job, you get this benefit and that benefit.
Yeah.
sort of thing. It's never like you have your Medicare, which is the government thing,
Mhm.
and then if you want to do private health, you can, and
Interesting.
that's where you pay whatever a month, and
Yeah,
then
yeah,
you can
yeah, yeah.
pick and choose. Like, oh yeah, I want dental with me private health. I want the orthopedic. I want, you just pick and
Yeah,
choose what you want. But
yeah.
if you just want to, like, the only thing I've ever had to pay for out of my pocket was when I had like elective surgery,
Right.
and, and that was the only time, and that was with a surgeon, not a doctor, so to speak. So,
Yep.
um, yeah, any other time it's either bulk billed, so the government or the doctor tells the government and they pay, or you pay
Mhm.
20 something bucks.
Right, right,
To
right,
to
right.
see the doctor, and that's it.
Yeah, I
And he
mean,
can,
it is
yeah, I
one
don't
of the
know about,
biggest scams. Like, I'm in the wrong business. I'm in the wrong business. I should have been in the medical field.
yeah, I don't know about you guys, but I think this might be more of an Australian thing from what I can gather. But just
Mhm.
booking a doctor, we can just either we can do it on, we got apps. I don't know if,
Interesting. I have to imagine there's shit like that. I
yeah,
usually
like,
avoid going to the doctors, so
yeah, like I've never, I can't remember the last time I actually called to make a doctor's appointment. I've just done it via an app.
I am sure there must be something like that. I like I said, I just avoid going to the doctors at all costs, so I've never really looked into it.
uh, and I've never not been able to get in. That's the thing.
Right. Right.
Like, I don't know. I think it was a YouTube video I saw of an American living in Australia, and it was one of the, differences from coming from America to Australia, and it
Oh,
was,
yeah.
you could just, if you wake up the morning and you're feeling sick, you can call up, or you could even go on an app and you can have an appointment by that afternoon,
Oh, yeah.
sort of thing.
It's
And it's like,
jarring.
no, oh, okay. Why would it not be like that anywhere else?
It's
Like,
one of the biggest scams.
why can't you not just get in, sort of thing? So, yeah.
I mean, get good. Get your money up, king. Get your money up and get the fuck out. Don't get sick. Don't break your arm. Simple. I mean, it seems like a simple solution here.
Uh, you're a Raiders fan, yes?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Okay.
Big 3
Now,
nothing loss last week.
I can't remember the guy's name. I think it's like Wachowski, something. He's not a Raiders player. I'm pretty sure he plays for the 49ers. He's an Aussie punter. As you've frozen.
Mhm.
Oh, you're still there, but oh, here we go. He's back again. Um, he ran a,
Okay.
I don't know whether you saw this. He did a fake punt play. Did you see that?
Oh, shit.
And he ran
Yep.
30. He ran 30 yards, I think, or he
This
gained 30
week?
yards. Yeah, but they
Oh,
disallowed it
shit.
because there was a foul on the play. But the coach didn't
Oh.
call it. They Coach didn't call it. He just did it
Oh, so, like, on the fly. Yeah, yeah,
on
yeah.
the fly, because that was a big thing. Because they've interviewed all his teammates on the sideline going, "Hey, did we just call a fake punt play?"
Yeah.
You know,
I'd be pissed if I was one of the players. Be like, "Did I not get the same fucking play call? Like, what the fuck are we doing
yeah.
here?"
And then the coach is pretending like, "Yeah, yeah, no, we I thought I'd do it," and then he's like, "Nah." And then they've interviewed the Aussie guy, and he's like, "Yeah, nah, just did it on the fly. I looked, and he's he used it all the right terms, like whatever, sort of
Oh, yeah.
collapsed further on
Saw
to the
something.
other
Okay.
side." So I thought, "Oh
Yeah.
yeah," but he ran the quickest. I think he was running. Is 20 miles per hour quick?
I mean, that's, like, I think an insane speed. Like, I don't think that's very
I
achievable.
think it was the quickest for punter since
Punter's a
some.
tough one because most of the time, like, they don't look like athletes. Like, most punters are just guys who can kick the ball really, really far.
Yeah, but the thing is, he's Aussie,
I would
so he's
imagine, yeah,
different.
if he was even remotely high, that the miles per hour would be the most for any punter.
And I'll see if I can
Like, they'd
find it.
still kill me, but they're not,
I'll
Usain
see if,
Bolt out there. No
what do
offense to
we
punters.
fake punt play 49ers should get me up. Punter Mitch Wisniewski stuns teammates with fake punt, explains the play. It's a video. I don't want a video.
Yeah, play the
Let's have
video.
a
What the
look.
fuck? Need this to be a clip show.
No, we might get done.
Fuck them. We'll fucking
Oh, here we go.
fight it.
4.63 speed. No, just trying to find an actual story. Yeah, so it was negated by some idiot that fouled on the play.
That is probably one of like the worst plays in football, like the big gain getting taken back by a penalty flag. You're like, what the fuck? Well, that's what happened in the fucking Chiefs game. Patrick Mahomes, who's been like hissing and mowing, like he was a complete bitch on the press game. He's like, I can't believe that's how they ended the game. His guy lined up basically on the other side of the fucking field. Like you could see he was offsides. He was almost behind the defense. And they're like, yeah, you got a touchdown. No shit. He started behind the defense. I mean, I know that's egregious, but it's insane. Like you can see everyone lined up, and then he's like a full foot in front of the offense. You're like, dude, you didn't see him out of the corner of your eye. He's standing fucking ahead of everyone. It was insane. But it's great to see Mahomes piss and moan because I hate the Chiefs.
See if I
All
can
the
get
shit
this.
about like Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce is the most annoying thing in the world.
Why is he? They're broken up, have they?
No, they're still together. She was at the game and they kept showing him. I'm like, can we get back to the fact that Patrick Mahomes is getting his ass kicked by the 6-6 Buffalo Bills?
Here we go.
That's way more interesting.
Let's see. So you got that shared there. Cool, nice and big.
Yeah.
And I'll hit play.
If we talk over, then it doesn't count as fucking. We can't get dinged by YouTube or whatever.
And Wisniewski had to take
Oh shit!
I get it. Wisniewski's gonna run for the
wow!
More.
Oh my
It's
god, he had it by
30.
a mile. There should have been a flag there for the late hit. Wow.
But because that dude, I
Seattle
think they
should have turned around. Like if I was the Seahawks coach and I saw that, I'd be like, "Why the fuck weren't you turned around? Like you're busy blocking this guy, you didn't even notice." Like his back was completely turned to the play for fucking half the play as the punter is running up the field. I'd be so pissed if I was the coach.
So I think that was because the dude fell over the number 23 for the Seahawks or
Walking the back.
Eagles or whoever it was. I think
Seahawks.
that was the
probably
what they put the foul on, so it didn't count. But I want to try
either
and
that or something like when he started running. I mean, if you grab a jersey, holding is the biggest penalty you usually see.
All right.
And I mean, it's easy to do if a guy fucking gets the advantage on you and your hands are out. It's like almost instinct to just grab his jersey. If the ref sees that, he's gonna be like, "Yeah, no, it's not flying on my watch."
Okay, so he ran 20.13 miles per hour.
I mean, he was moving. I didn't realize it. I mean, he had second gear pretty good there.
The fifth fastest ball carrier speed reached by a punter since 2016.
16? Jesus, I wonder who did it in 16. Oh, probably Marquette King. My boy, former Raiders punter. If I had to guess,
So-
I mean, I can't imagine it's Marvin Gaye.
So yeah, he's I don't know how long he's punted for over there. He looks pretty young.
I think a while. Yeah, I think he's been in the league for a minute.
Yeah, and he hasn't like from what I don't recognize the name as a former AFL football player or anything like that, because
Right.
a few of the people that are punting in the in the NFL are now they're good punters.
Yeah.
But they don't make it to the AFL. But they
Interesting.
are still better at you guys. You guys.
Oh yeah. It's like the way they can spin the ball or something. Like there was I remember reading an article about it because there has been more like either rugby players or different sport players that have came to become punters, because you don't get hit that often as a punter. Like you're not getting lit up every single play like a
Plus they'd be able to
linebacker
take
or
it as well.
cornerback.
They'd be
Exactly.
used to it and be
When
able
they
to
do
take
get
it.
hit. Most
And
of
if
the
they
time
do-
when they do get hit, it's a fucking penalty anyways. So they're like, yes,
and if
please
they
take the hit.
do have to tackle.
It's true.
but-
If your defense fails you, you're the one having to
Like,
make
did
the
I
stop.
have I showed you the Severio Rocker tackle when the
I
dude
think so.
played?
It sounds familiar. It sounds
And the
vaguely
guy-
familiar.
Yeah,
Pull it up.
he thought he had it. He thought he had an easy. Let's have a look here.
And then you need to pull up the Antonio Brown punt return, because there's a video of the punter's defense just completely fails him. And so the punter comes over to stop Antonio Brown, who at the time was the best receiver in the NFL. He's running full speed at this punter. He's like, I don't know how to go about this tackle. The punter basically falls on his ass. And then Antonio Brown went to jump over the guy. Never got the jump part and just kicks the punter in the mouth and knocks him the hell out. So you'll have to pull up that video after, because that is a hilarious video.
Yeah,
And now
so
Antonio Brown's the one with brain damage.
So this play that I'll pull up, it was 15 years ago.
Jesus, showing your age, pal.
So, well, he was the first or second, one of the, I guess, pioneers, if you want to call it that.
Yep.
I just made the screen too big. Share screen. Rocker hit. And we just had one, a guy that left. He got cut, I think, by the Eagles.
Oh shit.
But he's
Oh,
come
that's
back to
tough. The
Australia.
Eagles are one of the best teams in the league. That's tough.
Yeah, he came back, and he's coaching now.
Oh, interesting.
Let's see.
Oh yeah, the old jerseys look like they barely fit. Is that Nick Foles?
Okay, so put some sound on.
Oh, it's not Nick Foles.
Walker will punt, and the number one punt returner in the NFL, Roscoe Parrish,
Kevin Harlan on the goal.
will be back to retrieve it. No wind to deal with. 17-yard line in the fake reverse.
So they should have got him there.
Out of the
That's
University of
defense
Miami,
fucking
here's
telling
Roscoe
you.
Parrish. He's got the kicker to beat, and Rocca makes the stop. Nice tackle by the former Australian rules
They'll make them
player
like they
from down
used
under.
to. What a
Who
tackle.
was introduced to the NFL by former NFL punter Darren Bennett. Rocca rocks him. 17-yard return.
Receiver's lucky he didn't fucking snap his neck. It's like running into a brick wall.
Former NFL player Aaron Sipov's son's NFL with crazy tackle.
The Philadelphia Eagles are a pretty big team, especially after their 2017 Super Bowl win.
What is
This
that
is the-
accent?
I don't know. This is the guy that has just come back to coach AFL.
Gotcha.
Not a head coach, but on a coaching panel.
But Aaron
Yeah,
Sippos
yeah,
isn't
yeah.
the player
Eventually
who gets
he'll be
a
a
whole
head
lot of
coach.
attention. That changed with their game against the Minnesota Vikings when Sippos not only pulled off something incredible, but the Eagles also won the game. In this video, we'll be taking a look at Aaron Sippos'
This is the guy
crazy
who
stunt.
you
So
imagine
stay
watches
tuned.
football.
First off,
Like, that's
Aaron
a lot
Sippos
of
had
legs,
everyone stunned to help Philadelphia Eagles win. Aaron Sippos is really taking over football fans right now after he pulled a touchdown-saving tackle during the Philadelphia Eagles game against the Minnesota Vikings. Let's just say the Australian punter really took the show on Tuesday morning. And the cherry on the cake, the Eagles won a 24-7 victory, which is frankly quite incredible. The Eagles were already leading the game by 17 points when it happened. In the third quarter of their second round clash, Jake Elliott, a Philadelphia kicker, attempted a field goal of about 41 yards. Unfortunately, things didn't go the way Jake had wanted them to, and the Vikings were about to get the goal. Chris Boyd, a Vikings cornerback, was also close enough to get it, and as soon as the game was in his hands, he was sprinting towards the end zone. Everyone was sure this would have ended in a touchdown, but not all heroes wear capes, as Aaron showed Eagles fans. As he
I mean, that
scouted
is
the
impressive.
catch,
You
he
rarely
was
see that
every
happen.
moment. The 29-year-old Australian had been holding the ball for Elliott, and as soon as he saw what Boyd was going to attempt, he chased after the cornerback and somehow
That
managed
little like stutter
down the
step he does when he
American
picks it
way.
up,
This
that
brought him down
screws
to the
him. If he
ground,
just
but
ran
the
full
crisis
speed
was
the whole
averted.
time,
This
he
is
might
a
have been
moment both
okay,
he
but
and
you
Boyd
saw him
will
like
remember for
hesitate when he
quite
got
some
the
time
fumble.
now. And if the reaction of the internet is anything to go by,
Oh,
they won't be
oh,
the only ones.
give him your
Aaron is getting the
ankles.
praise he deserves. Fans immediately noticed the freak play and took it upon themselves to sing his praise on social media. Secondly, Sippos has
Should
got
also
a
be
lot of
pointed
praise
out,
on
like if he
social media
misses
for
that
his amazing
tackle,
stunt.
like he
Everyone's
doesn't
been
bring
going
him
on
down,
and
that's
on
a
about how
touchdown.
incredible the stunt was. Not that anybody doubts them. For fans that are bad at football or those people that aren't really interested in the sport, some had even gone as far as pointing out exactly what everyone was so impressed with. Let's just say that his goal had been to leave the football field.
Yeah,
and
it's
he
that weird
absolutely
little
stunted
like
his freak tackle. He had
it
done
just
a
doesn't
very
look
good job
natural
at
when he
it. While
picks it
Aaron
up.
is no doubt a good player, he isn't the type to make headlines often, and surely this makes it a great time for him.
This guy's just
Let's hope
shitting
he
on
finds
punters
the new
now.
attention of the Eagles fans worth keeping and continues to deliver great plays that will leave people reeling. Aaron is an ex-AFL star, and he's played about 28 games for Gilda and made 22 goals for the club. He made his AFL debut in 2011. Unfortunately, he was delisted by the Saints after the 2015 season ended, despite being a good player. But
I
thankfully,
mean,
he was back
unfortunately,
on
but
the show
still, he's
soon
probably
enough,
making
as
he
his
made way
NFL
more money as
debut
a
in
punter
September
than
Yeah,
of the
originally
previous
for
season.
sure.
in
He
that
ended up
NFL
against the
money.
Atlanta Falcons after he joined the Eagles as a backup punter. The Vikings quarterback was interested 3 times and even sacked twice, while Minnesota fell to 1
Now he's
point.
just shitting on the
Definitely
Vikings. This
wasn't
guy's all over
enjoying
the
game
place.
as much as Aaron. Next up, Aaron wasn't the only great player on the field with Jalen Hurts.
I think this is just an Eagles fan like blowing the Eagles
Yeah,
now.
he's just doing a
Jalen
whole.
Hurts is sexy. What? What?
That's
Very
funny.
odd. Very odd. Hey, power to him. Power to him. But yeah, like they do like a lot of like rugby players and stuff like come over and become punters. Just like the way they like kick the ball, it's got like a nice spin for like those style of punts where you like want it to
Oh,
hit.
it wouldn't
like,
be
right-
rugby. It'd be AFL. Rugby would be more of the running, players.
Well, that's
like-
what I'm saying. Like they do grab rugby players now. Like usually a typical punt, like you snap it, drop it, punt it. Like the rugby players will snap it, they'll catch it, and they will do that weird, like they'll run off to the side and then kick it away. And I mean, it works for some teams, but like if you're ready for it, you catch the other team lacking, and then you just light up their punter, and they lose fucking half the field.
Well, I think it's funny now too that you've got guys in their late 20s, early 30s now getting scholarships in college.
Oh yeah, it's crazy. Fucking
and then
insane.
to play, and then you got the 19-year-old Americans like, oh, yeah, can't compete
Oh,
with
it's
this.
nuts. There was one of the college football games recently. It might have been the quarterback who won the national championship, I think, like last year. It was like his 6th year at the university. I was like, what the fuck? So go to the draft, you psychopath. What are you doing? But I guess now, since you can make money in college, I guess it doesn't really matter.
Yeah,
Like before,
Yeah.
it would always be like, why the fuck are you taking your chance in college? Like if you blow out your ACL and then you're not the same player, you're not going to get that fucking first round pick money.
well, there's one of the sons of there's a player that used to play in the AFL. He played over 400 games,
Jesus.
and I think he started playing when he was either 17 or 18. He was really young. He was still he might have been he's about 18, I think, because he was still doing his last year of high school. when he was playing.
Holy fuck.
So I think he was like playing
Sir.
one weekend he was playing AFL, and then like the next
Oh, yeah.
weekend he was playing, for his school. But
It's just nuts.
he was really lanky and wiry, and he was a defender. And he was a big kick. He kicked a lot of like defense. When he kicked a goal, most of them were long goals,
Shit.
from the center. And
Yeah.
he'd roost a few when he'd kick out after the other team would get a point. But I think two of his sons or one of his sons are currently in college as kickers. And apparently I don't know what their names are or who they play for. I'll see if I can find it. Okay, let's have a look. Fletcher boys have a punt off. Oh, they must have played against each other.
It's serious, huh? Interesting.
US. When was this? Essendon legend Dustin Fletcher's second son joins. Huge. Okay.
Jesus. A lineage of kickers.
Yeah. So the first one was absolute cheat code. US fans lose their minds over historic feat by AFL great son. So one is Mason Fletcher, son of Essendon great. Dustin Fletcher is proving the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, with Mason Fletcher setting a new college football record in the US on Saturday. NCAA fans were left in awe of Fletcher's punt less than 5 yards out from his own end zone in the opening term of the Cincinnati Bearcats' 29-27 win over the SMU Mustangs.
Go Ponies.
The 84-yard punt is both a Bearcats
Jesus.
and an American Athletic Conference all-time record and the longest punt seen in the country this season. Fletcher's punt literally turned the field in a tight contest with the Bearcats going from their last line of defense to their end zone. The humble punt
84 yards. Fucking over half the field.
Took to social media to credit his coaches for his success. Appreciate everything this program and the Bearcats head coach Luke Fickle have given me. Also appreciate my punt team. Not possible without them. His 84-yard punt bettered his previous NCAA record of 54 yards set as a freshman last season.
That's insane.
And then Mason Cox. You know Mason Cox? Yeah.
Does
the
not
American, the American that plays AFL for Collingwood.
Oh. Gotcha.
Yeah, he posted about it. Someone else did. So that's one son, and apparently he's got another one. It's funny because it's got a picture of him running out with his dad when his dad played. Max is the other son.
Gotcha. That's nuts.
Oh, they're both. Hang on. Both have just come through the Pro Kick. So, yeah, we have a Pro Kick system academy down here.
Yeah.
More than 185 players. No, that's the Pro Kick has sent more than 185 players to play Division I college football, including Seattle Seahawk and Pro Bowler Michael Dixon. So this story's 2 years old.
That's nuts.
So Max Fletcher has got a full scholarship to study and play football at the University of Arkansas.
Go Razorbacks.
I guess that's who they are. Yeah.
They are. Interesting.
Yeah, Razorbacks FB. And then
Go Backs.
Yeah, so Mason Fletcher, the one that kicked the record punt, decided to chase an NFL career because he lost his love for footy after missing out on the 2019 draft because of injury.
Yeah, I mean, I don't blame him. If I missed out on the draft, I'd probably look at other options.
And then at the time of this story, there were 5 Australian punters in the NFL, including
Jesus.
Dixon, Mitch Wishnowsky,
Yep.
Aaron Sipos, but he's now back here in Australia.
Yep.
What's that? 1, 2, 3. What, they don't know the other 2? It's just
Yeah. Apparently they-
or is it
no,
no, that's it. Is that there are 5, but it only names 3.
the
Okay,
three we know
so-
how to name. The fuck?
They're just like, yeah, there's 2 others who couldn't be stuck.
Yeah, who gives a fuck? They're probably like backup bench punters who've never seen the field.
That's
Happens.
funny.
Happens. Anything else you want to dive into?
Don't know.
So we still have to record tomorrow as well.
Yeah, I had a weird date
Oh,
back when was it? That's right. When I went and saw Schultz show,
yeah.
it was because I spent 2 nights, I think, at a hotel. One
Mhm.
night I saw it, and then the other night I met up with someone at a pub, and I don't know, she was just weird. It was just a weird date. Well, I wouldn't even call it a date. Because to me, a date, something's got to happen.
Yeah.
And I've always said that, like, if I meet up with a mate, it's just like meeting up with a mate. If you say g'day and you know, not that I hug mates, but I know there are people that hug their mates when they see them, you know, like either shake hands or, how you going? Haven't seen you in a while. No, but I mean, or even like female mates, you know,
Yeah.
sort of thing. So, yeah, if you don't kiss or you don't do anything like that, then it's not a date.
Interesting.
It's just a meeting.
Interesting. I mean,
You know, even
Yeah,
if it's
no.
it's got to be something outside that, because it's just like hanging with, you know, a best friend. If you go to a movie with a female, and it's just like going to a movie with a mate. sort
I
of
think
thing.
I get what you're saying, but I mean, I don't agree with the logic at all.
Yeah, it's just like platonic more than, you know. So we went to this pub.
I guess that's the way a date. But yeah, go on.
Yeah, and it was a more loud pub than what I would have liked, to be honest.
Oh, interesting.
So we're sitting. I don't know how you would. I wanted to sit at a table across from each other,
Yeah.
but she wanted to sit on like couches and sit next to each other. But she didn't sit close,
Oh, interesting.
because I kept turning around talking, and nearly every second time I talk, what was that? You have, this is my ears, not, you know.
Oh God.
You'll have to, and I'm like, why couldn't we have sat? Because to me, if I'm talking and it's coming out that way
Correct.
with all the noise around, I've got my drink in front of me here. You want me to turn around and talk to you? Like, it's just unnatural sort of thing.
Oh yeah.
You
Uncomfortable.
know? Yeah, and it's just,
For sure.
and
For sure.
but if you're a couple, you're going to be a lot closer, sort of, you know, leaning into each other.
Yeah, I can see that.
Like, I
logic,
mean,
yeah.
you know, if you go out
Right.
as boyfriend, girlfriend, you're going to be, you know, sort of arm around, couple like, hey, yeah, what, you know, so you're going to hear sort of things, and you're going to be more comfortable turning and talking to someone. So that was a bit weird, and that was a bit annoying
For
too,
sure.
because I had to keep,
Oh, definitely.
you know, repeating myself, and
Yeah.
it was just kind of annoying in that regard. And then we got something to eat, so we shared
Fuck.
wedges, and then that's right. She said, "Oh, do you want to go for a walk?" So we went for a walk, and one of the stores in Melbourne for years, probably 50 years, I don't know, it's been going forever. They have like a Christmas window display.
Mhm.
and this year it was all Bluey.
Gotcha.
So she's like, "Oh, do you want to go see the Bluey Christmas display?" I said, "Oh yeah, cool, we can go see that." So we walked and saw that, and then she's like, "Oh, do you want to walk back to the pub and get something to eat?" I'm like, "Okay." We walked back, and on the way back, she pretty much said, "Oh, yeah, I don't think we're clicking. I'm not getting your humor." Because I was making jokes and they were just going over her head, or she was
Yeah.
too slow, and and I'm like, "Really? You're calling it already?" You know,
Maybe she
like,
thought you were just bad at jokes. Maybe you're just bombing, dude.
no, I wasn't. No, I was. She just didn't get references and things like that, and it's like,
Gotcha.
really, you know, okay, you're calling it this early. I'm thinking to myself, you know, we haven't. It's been a couple of hours, if
Yeah,
that.
that's
Sort of,
crazy.
you know. And this is the lead up to this is we'd spoken nearly every day on the phone for a week.
Yeah.
So
That's crazy.
and the conversations were flowing on the phone fairly well, but
Right,
then to
right.
get in person, it was okay. Um, and I'm like, oh, okay. I kind of didn't sort of answer. I just went, oh. So we went back, we ate, and then it's getting. I think she said, oh, because she didn't drive, so she had to get public transport back to where she lived.
Uh-huh.
And I was just getting a new. No, I walked. That's right. I walked. I was about 10 minutes away, I think, where my hotel was.
Gotcha.
So I was cool. I
Right.
didn't have to run. So we leave, and she's like, "Oh, do you want to go to Crown Casino?
Yeah.
They have a bar there, and they usually have an 80s band. We can listen to 80s music or whatever."
Oh, interesting.
And I'm looking at the watch, and I'm thinking, "Well, you called this about an hour ago before we ate.
That's wild.
I'm not wasting my time to walk to go to
Yeah.
another bar. You've got to go early, apparently. It's
Right.
not.
That's so weird.
Why would I invest any more
What a
time in
bitch.
you if,
Right.
like,
Right.
you haven't, you've already called it. You don't want anything to do
She
with it.
wanted another free drink is
So I
what she
said,
wanted.
yes, I was like, yeah, I think I'll just call it a night because you said before we're not clicking. So,
Yeah, I'm gonna go home and beat the
I,
shit out of my cock.
I pretty much threw it back at
I
her,
don't know
much
what to
like
tell
you
you.
said it before. I'm just repeating what you said to me. So I walked her to a tram because she went by herself to go to
Yeah.
Crown. Had the awkward hug. Well, nice meeting you. She went, and then
Yeah.
I don't know because we followed each other. 'Cause this was the weird thing. Of all
Uh-huh.
places, where would you not expect to get someone to slide into your DMs or your messages?
A funeral home.
No. Like what app?
Oh. Twitter.
No, even more random than that.
It's the one people use for business. LinkedIn.
Oh, no, but that's a good one, I guess. No,
Thank you.
because I'm looking for a place to stay to move to.
Jesus Christ.
I look at people that are obviously offering places,
Yeah.
that come up, but I also have a
She
profile.
matched with you on Zillow.
No. I also had a profile of, hey, this is me. I'm looking for a place for myself between, this is the budget. This is my
Yeah.
particulars sort of thing. She was looking for a
Yeah.
place as well, but she saw my ad for looking for a place and thought that I looked cute because I've got a picture up there.
Isn't this
So,
how like every true crime story starts?
so she messaged me out of the blue and then sent me a photo, and I thought, oh, she's a bit of all right. So I messaged back, and that's how we started conversation. But so that was weird and random to start off with. But I was like, well, if you shoot your shot, you got to shoot your shot, I guess. The worst I can do
Yeah,
is
you guys matched on fucking Airbnb.
on Gumtree. So yeah. And then, we followed each other on Instagram, and then we followed each other on TikTok. And I said, I'll give you the podcast that I do TikTok because my personal one isn't very active. I don't do much. It's more so the podcast.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, cool. Do that, and I don't know what I was thinking, like how long I was going to wait until I was probably going to wait a few days, see if she posted anything or about meeting someone or going somewhere or
Yeah.
just to see, and then I was probably
Yeah.
going to delete her or block her or something like that, because there's no point, or just to see if she messaged, whether I'd misread
Yeah.
her saying we're not clicking, or she still wanted to do stuff as friend,
No, it
like
sounds
some
like
weird
she
stuff.
said it pretty blatantly. I don't
Yeah,
really know how you could mess that one up. It sounds like she hit the nail
yeah.
pretty
Well,
much
she got in.
on that.
She got in before me, because the next morning I woke up and then I went to check something and I couldn't. It was like she didn't exist anymore. So
Oh shit.
she had blocked me,
Y'all.
and she blocked me on Instagram. I don't know whether she blocked me on
Damn,
Gumtree. I didn't
son.
really worry, but she blocked me on. This is a funny thing. She blocked the podcast TikTok account,
Ouch.
but I knew what her handle was for her TikTok.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so I just searched it on on TikTok,
Right.
and it comes up. I can click on it and look at it. I don't have to interact with it, so she doesn't know
Right.
I'm looking.
Yeah.
So I think she posted when she went out to the place where the songs were, and she's like dancing and with her
Oh
phone or
shit.
whatever, just by herself. And then a couple of days later, she posted something like, "It's nearly the end of the year, and I'm single, and I just want."
Oh, that's a
It was
direct shot at you.
It was really sort of
No, it is.
no. It was really weird. It was like it's not my fault, it's everyone else's. It's like, well, hang on. She was
It's
like
that
sort of
douchebag Brock's fault.
she was like crying. She was like pointing the finger at everyone else, sort of thing. It's like, no, there's something about, I dodged a bullet, I think. Put it that way. Like, I'm not a big TikTok user. Like I said, I only put stuff up to link the podcast to say, hey, this is our new thing. This is the deep plate, go watch us here.
Right.
Whereas she, and I saw all this prior to her blocking me, and she's since posted other things as well. She's one of these people that'll do a TikTok and actually monitor the things and get dressed up, especially for the TikTok, and then do a live and try and get people to send her gifts.
For her.
I'm
gonna start sending her gifts as she starts talks shit about you. I'll start sending her gifts on her live.
Just like that. So she's more into it. Like, it's just weird because I don't know.
It means you fumbled the bag. We could have had her go live on the TikTok and show her tits, and then we could have got a shit ton of money from people.
No, she doesn't. Well, no,
I think you fumbled the bag here, brother.
Nah, but she's just, I don't know. It was just weird to go from the conversations on the phone, and then within 2 hours, I just got a feeling she just looked at me and she's like, "Oh, you don't look like your photo," or something. It was something to do about that, I think, more so than because I didn't sound any different than what I do on a phone, sort of thing. So I just think she looked and think, not what I thought or something.
I
don't
mean,
know.
I know where she's coming from. I've certainly been like that, where I'm like, wow, this is not what I signed up for. But I also do find it hilarious that she basically was like, yeah, this sucks ass.
But the funny thing was too, because I don't think she was she's not working at the moment and trying to find a job, which is fair enough. But in the days after, because I was still like interested to see what she was posting, put it that way, just to see what, whether she
You're an
was.
idiot. You need to move on from that.
I know I haven't looked for it. This is weeks ago. But
I'm
within
saying,
the-
like, initially, you have to not care what they post.
yeah, no, but it's just human nature. I just had to make
I
sure
guess.
that nothing popped up with in reference to myself, which it didn't, which was
I'm
good.
going to have her tag you and call you a piece of shit, and then I'm going to send her Monday Night Lives.
But yeah, she went to some concert or something, and then she said, "Oh, when you see tickets and this and that," and yeah, just I don't know. There was a few things about her. I was like, I wonder if that was legit what she told me, like, or whether she was embellishing the truth a little bit, or
Good for her.
So
I like
so-
this chick. I'm on her side.
But like I said, I think I dodged a bullet there. So it would have probably been more of a headache.
No, because she could have showed tits on TikTok and gotten us money from horny Indian dudes. Like,
Nah,
really fumbled the bag there, pal.
I can just deep fake your head on tits and put that on TikTok.
That's true.
So
That's true.
well,
The Indian dudes will love me.
you got the hair for it.
Fuck yeah, dude. I got luscious locks.
Oh, anything else?
I think that'll do it for me.
Yeah, and
I've got nothing. Follow the fucking Instagram.
Yeah,
Do that.
but this was the first show episode. Oh, we'll say show. First
Yes.
After Dark show. So, provided someone doesn't relapse, these will
Damn
be
right.
live.
I was in the ER. I was like, is there any way you could get me like a high noon up here? Like, isn't this how you ended up in the first place? I'm like, all I want right now is a fucking high noon. You don't understand. You
Put it on
don't
the drip
understand.
Yes.
Yes. Like, put it in my
Yeah.
bloodstream.
So, this will be live 8 p.m.
Every Monday.
every Monday night. Now, for those of you that are on the Antisocial Network, it won't be at 8 p.m. on the Antisocial Network. It'll be 8 p.m. live exclusively on YouTube and Twitch on the Durita podcast platform. But on the Antisocial Network, it'll be replayed at 11 p.m. Monday night because it clashes with another show that goes live at 8 p.m.
So we're in prime time, baby.
Oh, yeah. So you can watch us live at 8 p.m. if you want to, and then relive the magic at 11 p.m.
Correct. But just come for the live. Come for the live.
Yeah. Yep.
New episode Friday.
Yes. Our regular programming will resume Friday. So that should be good. But
New
until
Rapid Up
Friday,
podcast coming this week.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Check it out and follow the Instagram.
Mm-hmm. Links and everything all over the place.
Damn right. Damn right.
All right. Well, until Friday, take it easy.
Peace.